Hello everybody, welcome back to Wolfeei. Today I figured out my setup a little bit better. It's still a laptop, but now I don't start the recording on OBS. Anyways, today we actually have something quite unique on our hands. While I announced some stuff regarding my PC networking, etc., a user by the name of Pro Creeper informed me about an event called WMCT. In this instance, it was WMCT Season 2. They claimed it to be like Pandora's Box Dragon Pit, but better. It was played on Bedrock, so I'd recommend watching either Evident or Defects POVs. The event was so high quality it needs some attention. Now, this piqued my interest because claiming better than Dragon Pit is quite the claim. That's a pretty high level to meet. But to my surprise, this claim wasn't that insane. This actually is a pretty valid claim for one reason specifically. I will say now, I looked into WMCT Season 2 a little bit. I watched their trailer and I watched their update video. That gave me a lot of info, kind of the info, going into an event that you need to know. I didn't watch a POV because I haven't had the time available to properly watch a full playthrough of WMCT, but I'll show you their trailer. I'll show you their update video. I'll skim through it a little bit to give it a little bit of attention to this event, because I actually think it is really interesting. But I want to say one thing in particular. This will be the trailer that we watch in a moment, okay? One thing in particular. So, this event is made in Bedrock. One thing you must know is that the way Bedrock is made, coded, and functions is vastly different from how it works in Java. It is, I'm fairly sure, and please correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure it's different code basis, at least. It might not be different code languages, but it's at least different code basis. Things function differently. And to the extent where I think the way Bedrock has been built up, it is a little bit more customizable in a sense besides using mods. I have no clue if WMCT uses mods, but some of the things that they use, I am aware, are more accessible, more available because it is in Bedrock. However, that shouldn't take away from the quality that I'm about to showcase you, because this is genuinely very cool looking stuff that we've got on our hands here. So let me play it and we can experience this together.
Everyone here? Everyone seated? Now, if you'll turn your attention to the projector.
You're here for a very important reason, aren't you? But there's no need to worry just yet, as it's still early. We may be able to stop this in time.
The Harbinger brings death and decay and all things evil. It's got no thought, it's got no purpose, it ain't got any intentions. It only moves on a primal instinct to destroy.
You can take shelter here. It's not entirely your fault, is it? That company seems shady. There's a lot of ancient history in this area.
So that's the trailer. I hope that excites you. Let's skim through it a little bit. What have we seen? Frame 1, bada bing bada boom. That looks pretty unique. Some sort of portal thing. There's like robots, alien looking things, cool little different unique custom textures and blocks, and nice little animation within the blocks as well. If you pay extra close attention on the right side here, you see animation within the blocks, which that you can do that in Java if you want to, but looks very cool here. This is the main thing that I wanted to showcase first, to kind of talk about why the claim of better than Dragon Pit isn't crazy. Will I say I agree? I cannot agree because I haven't seen the event be played. I don't know what the gameplay is like. Unfortunately, for an event to be better than the other, I must know both visual and polish, and does it go smoothly, and is the gameplay good, etc. And I don't know that as of right now. However, what I've seen here is very promising. Also, I am aware that the event that is in front of us here has already happened. This actually happened, I think, Saturday most recently, last weekend. And I did ask, hey, if you guys have a spot, I'll give it a shot because this looks cool, man. But I, from my understanding, I don't think these guys host events more than like once or twice a year. So might take a little bit before that ends up happening, if ever, really. Anyways, yeah, very cool event so far from what they've shown. There's some cool visuals, kind of reminiscent of what Buy and Battle's been able to pull off a little bit, or more so what Buy and Battle has been able to stand out with a little bit. I do think this is obviously a higher level, but also, again, reminder, this is Bedrock. Bedrock has a little bit more availability in terms of customization based on how the game is coded by itself. You can kind of see this as proof from Noxtrew. You know, Noxtrew has done plenty of things with MCC that are really cool, but also plenty of things with Bedrock that are really cool. And more often than not, the Bedrock stuff will be a little bit easier, on average at least, to pull off. But again, that's not to disqualify the quality here. This is very good. This is very good looking stuff. All right. Cool visuals. This is very Ender Cup reminiscence just in terms of vibe. Cool visuals all around here. They have this game where there's this like, I think it's like a WarioWare-esque thing, or like a Simon Says type of situation, where this thing is like, there's like a task objective or whatever that you have to complete while avoiding that guy, etc. Either way, they also have an update video that I assume this is the person who made the event, that I would like to skim through just a little bit to kind of show you a bit more about what's going on, because the trailer did feature, I think, most of the stuff that is in this update video as well, but here there's a little bit more time to digest what your eyes are seeing, you could say. First of all, obviously, fun little decoration in the background here. We got these little stools. There's a little milkshake there, whatever, cups and plates, and there's whatever extra attention to detail. That's very nice, of course. So you love to see that. This is cool too. There's like a robot, what's it called? Not a cashier, but you know what I mean. Like a person that helps you at the desk. Their name is Minerva, just like a certain dog. Anyways, if I scroll through this a little bit more, obviously a lot of things here are just visually very nice, and there's fun little details thrown in all around that you do see in Bedrock more often that are very cool. And yeah, they kind of go through every single game here. If I just quickly skim through, you can see some like cool stuff going on. These are clearly like mobs or entities or whatever. Just cool visual things that are pulled off here. I'm fairly sure you could do this in vanilla, or not in vanilla, in Java, because from what I can tell, this is just a Blackstone texture, or at least a modified Blackstone texture that you can just stretch. I think you could technically pull that off nowadays. Misty would know infinitely more about that than me, but this you could technically make in a map. It's a little complicated, but you can do it technically. It's a little scuffed as well because they don't render fully, but whatever, right? That's not a big deal. Anyways, yeah, cool stuff in terms of visuals here all around. And obviously, the reason I'm showing you all this is just because I want to kind of give you the same experience that I had when I was informed about this, in terms of like, oh, wow, this is what Bedrock has to offer. Like this, there is more cool stuff in other platforms that you may not be very familiar with or may not commonly engage with, right? I think this is very good material that you're seeing on the screen here. Like very, very, very nice looking, or more so, very impressive looking things for us Java players, because we are obviously much less familiar. This is kind of a reminiscent of Trials of Fire-esque thing where they have puzzles that they have to complete. This is like a ice sliding puzzle, so these are pretty cool as well. I don't know how this event usually is formatted, but this is a very cool thing here that we're looking at in terms of like, oh, this is like pretty unique approach to puzzles here. You're dragging along some cubes. This one I think is sick, by the way. I don't know if this is even doable in Java. I'm sure there's a way to do it. But you have this like thing, you right click it, and you have like a slider, and depending on how you slide it, the thing twists. Dude, that'd be so sick. This is so sick, man. It looks so cool. I do think this. The issue is Bedrock, as much as it is the more prevalent version in terms of players in Minecraft, in terms of content creation. Obviously, it is the smaller part of Minecraft. More so because I feel like it's a bit more recent, or maybe it's just less accessible. In terms of multiplayer and stuff, but yeah, this in terms of like a Twitch Rivals, for example, right, would be really Twitch Rivals-esque. Like, oh, this is like a type of thing you would expect from Twitch Rivals to do, but Bedrock. I don't have anything against Bedrock really, but realistically speaking, that is like a thing that does interfere with some of the abilities of incorporation into other forms of media, you could say. Anyways, very cool decoration for the rest, of course, here as well. Let me scroll through a little bit more to see if I can find cool things. This is just a cool thing in general. Like, what do you mean you have this giant clock spinning thing that glows? Like, what? What do you what what do you mean, man? Oh, and then this one. You know, it was already cool, and then they just made a racing game where you're in a plane. Like, yeah, man, totally. Like, of course. No, yeah, no, I was thinking that exact thing too. Like, oh my god, this just looks crazy. I will say that from the little bit of gameplay I have seen so far, I think the main wow factor to this event would be the visuals. I cannot say this with full confidence, but I would not be surprised if game design or game just activity or whatever would potentially be a weak part of this event. Because I think if the games are fantastic and visuals are both fantastic, like both really, really good, I would have heard about this before. But that's just my assumption. I could be totally wrong, and again, I don't mean to disqualify or devalue the quality of this, because this is genuinely really good. I'm just trying to understand why I haven't heard about this before, because this looks really cool. But from the gameplay that you're seeing here, it is quite slow in terms of like, you know, you just, if this is how the game plays, like, yeah, this is very cool looking, but it is a bit slow. So I could see that being a thing. And then I don't remember what this is, but this is like a parkour course of some sorts, apparently. I don't know. And then you know what, Excalibur is right there. I don't know, man. Like, it's just a giant sword. Either way, really cool event that I just wanted to give a little bit of a not a shout out necessarily. Well, it is a shout out, but more so acknowledge his comment and give it a little bit of spotlight. And if you are interested in anything that was showcased here by We Make Cool Things, which is probably what WMCT stands for, then feel free to check it out. I mean, the videos are on screen. You've seen the videos. You can find them, support them, etc. I am fairly sure they have a public rendition of this that you could sign up to, but I could be wrong. So check it out if you're interested, of course. And thank you, Pro Creeper, for informing me about this event. While we have nothing else going on, because I don't have my folder of video ideas and whatnot, or tier list or anything, this is the type of content you can expect. A little shout out to Bedrock. All right, I know everyone's been asked about Bedrock, so here's your little shout out to Bedrock. All right, thank you all for watching, and I'll see you all later. Goodbye.